Good evening, and welcome back to Pathways and Provocations here on Aislin's Enchanted Path. Today I wanted to talk about something we don't always like to admit in magical spaces, especially in public magical spaces, and that something is doubt. Yes, that flutter in your chest when your spell doesn't manifest, that quiet voice asking if your deity signs were just coincidence, that deep, unsettling question, what if I'm just making it all up? Well, we're often told to trust the process, to believe, to have faith in our path, in our magic, and in ourselves. But what if I told you that doubt isn't a flaw in your spiritual practice? It's more of a feature, a gift, maybe even kind of a magic, all its own. Now, doubt is uncomfortable. There's no denying that. It stirs up shadows. It breaks our momentum. It can leave us feeling like imposters on our very own spiritual path. And yet, almost every major shift I've ever had, magical or otherwise, began with doubt. Not with certainty, not with clarity, but with the shaky, squirmy feeling of just not knowing. And that feeling, it's powerful. There's something there. Because it means we're still searching, still growing. It means we don't know everything. And that's how we reach real wisdom. Modern culture, and often modern spirituality, tells us that certainty is strength, that confidence means correctness, that if we feel doubt, it's a sign we're failing. But witchcraft and magic were never built on certainty. We work with mystery. We whisper to spirits. We call on gods we can't see. We cast spells with no guarantee of any real success. Our practice is inherently uncertain, and that's part of what makes it so beautiful. You don't need to be sure all the time. It's okay if you don't know exactly how a spell works, or if a dream was a message, or if you question if your pendulum was really moved by anything other than your own fingers. It's okay to doubt yourself and your magic sometimes. You only need to be willing to engage with the unknown. Doubt can be an incredible teacher if we let it. When it creeps in, we have a few choices. We can ignore it, suppress it, maybe run from it for a while, or we can sit down beside it and ask, what are you trying to show me? What's the guidance here? Sometimes doubt points to fear. Sometimes it calls out something we're doing by rote, without meaning, like when we're just going through the motions. Sometimes it could shine a light on a belief we've inherited without question, something that doesn't necessarily sit well with us and we should reevaluate before continuing. Letting doubt guide us doesn't mean we stop practicing. It means we practice more deeply, with intention, with presence, with a great deal of forethought. Witchcraft lives in paradox. Life and death, light and shadow, the rational and the intuitive, knowing and not knowing at all. One of the most magical things you can do is to hold space for opposites. To say, I believe in this, but I also question it. That's not hypocrisy. That's depth. That's awareness. So think about the moon card in tarot. It's illusion, mystery, darkness, the unknown. Or the fool. The fool leaps without knowing where the path goes. These aren't cautionary tales. They're invitations. Invitations to explore the unknown, to embrace doubt, to grow, to learn, and to embrace the wisdom that all of that can bring. So what do you do with doubt? Well, you work with it. just like you'd work with fire or shadow or transformation. Explore it, embrace it, use it. There are a few ways you can do that, and you will probably come up with your own ways to do that. You might consider journaling with your doubt. Ask yourself, why don't I believe? What don't I believe? Why? Let the answers surprise you. You might not buy into the crystal thing or the spell work or whatever. Take time to find out why and what does work for you. Doubting something doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're picking what works for you, and that is the core of Wicca, paganism, and witchcraft. Picking what works for you. You might also choose to create a ritual of uncertainty. Light a candle for the unknown. Pour your questions into a bowl of water and scry. Not for answers, but for reflection, for enlightenment. Give it a try. You might want to talk to your guides, gods, or spirits honestly. Say, I'm not sure I believe this today. And you might be surprised by what answers. Sometimes just saying it aloud, even if we're not sure anyone is listening, is a powerful magic in and of itself. Doubt doesn't always mean your magic is broken. It means you're awake, alive, engaged. It means you're doing the real work, not just the flashy rituals or the polished Instagram version, but the gritty, soul-deep practice of becoming, and of achieving, and of progressing. So let doubt walk with you for a little while. Let it ask its questions. Let it sharpen your clarity. Let it remind you that not everything sacred has to be certain. And maybe, just maybe, let it be a part of your magic. Thank you for walking with me today through these shadows of uncertainty. If this stirred something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. Maybe tell me about a time doubt taught you something, or a way you've worked through it in your own practice. And if you're still sitting with questions after this, that's a good thing. That means the magic is still happening. Until next time, may your path be deep, your doubts be wise, and your magic ever evolving. Blessed be.